everybody. We have Defensive Coordinator Brad Griffin, as well as defensive back Deshon Conley. He's a senior from Chicago, Illinois. Appreciate you guys coming in for a little bit. I know it's a rainy day, so it's nice to be inside. Let's talk a little bit about last week, Coach. Great defensive effort against Taylor. Really, in my mind, primarily the reason why we were able to survive that 14-10 homecoming win. Let's talk about that game, just kind of where the team is defensively right now.
Right. Well, obviously we put out a pretty good performance last week. The biggest thing defensively for us, if you go back the previous 3 weeks, 4 weeks, is we gave up a big play, and for us a big play is over 30 yards. And last week that didn't happen, and we talk about it all the time. Is if we can keep them in front of us and just make them grind it out, eventually something good will happen. And we've done really good against the run. You throw out our Division I game, we've probably kept opponents pretty near under the 100-yard marker right there. So that's kind of our goal each week. And if we can stop the run and keep teams from big playing us, I think we'll have success. Each week.
Definitely, I agree with that sentiment that they were mostly nickel and diming. They weren't having any real success with big plays, and then eventually they made a big mistake or weren't able to successfully convert a third down or whatever. Deshon, talk from your player perspective on what you guys have been able to do successfully, especially being back there in the defensive back role, and what your role is as well.
Well, like Coach said, this past weekend we didn't allow a big play, and I think we've been good this year with forcing turnovers. We didn't do a lot of that last year, so it's good this year. We've been forcing turnovers, and I think we played great as a unit on defense too. I think everybody has a great chemistry, great relationship, so I think that helps a lot.
Sure,
our chemistry.
Definitely. A little bit more of a veteran squad defensively. Talk about again your role within that as a leader, or what you do to get your team prepared.
Well, as safety, I'm like the last line of defense,
Sure.
so I have to make sure each play nothing gets behind me. Got to get the guys lined up out there. A lot of people look at me as a leader since I'm a captain this year, so I got to make sure everybody's lined up and make sure everybody playing hard, everybody doing their assignment. So
definitely.
I'll touch on that.
Sure.
We do a lot of different checks according to formation and stuff like that, and Deshon just each week he's on point and make sure that, and we don't, when he's in there we don't mess up.
Right.
So and that's a testament to him, and being a student of the game and knowing exactly what's going on. So he's a good leader and all for that, but he gets us lined up probably more important than anything else.
Right. So kind of another. Normally that's held for the linebacker position, but obviously kind of another linebacker in there to get them all ready, quarterback in the defense, so to speak. You got the Bees on Saturday, Coach. They seem to have a few less offensive stars that they've had in the past, but they're the Bees. They're always a solid program. What have you guys seen on film?
Well, from last year's game, we've got to play 10 times better.
Right.
We didn't have very good effort last year in this game. That's something that's been really good for us up to this point. We really played hard, but they have a really good receiver, the Connor kid, number 1. We've got to make sure we know where he's at all the time. They're pretty solid up front. They've given up a lot of sacks, which is kind of surprising. And then right now they're playing 2 quarterbacks, so both of them can hurt you, throwing the ball, or they can run around and scramble a little bit. And then in the backfield they got a pretty good running back too. So we're just going to show up, and we have a bye week next week, so we got to grind it out this week and go try to get one more win, so we can kind of take a deep breath and get some guys that are injured back. So it's gonna be a tough game. Ambrose is always good. It's at home for them. Not 100% sure, but maybe they're homecoming. So we're gonna have to show up and play our tails off. And if we do that, we got a good group of guys that are just, if they lay it on the line, we'll go get a win out of this deal.
Sure, definitely. Sean, same question basically. What have you seen that you think that maybe William Penn can exploit? A solid St. Ambrose offense.
Well, from watching film, I see that they're really like a big play team. Like they really rely on the big play. I'm confident in our defense that we won't give up the big play this weekend. So I feel like we're more than ready.
Definitely. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Have a great next couple of days of practice. Try to get as healthy as possible. Stay healthy throughout the weekend and bring back another victory. So,
yes, sir.
All right. Thanks, guys.